to your hearts. This is our country. This is our future. These are our children and grandchildren. You can trust Mitt.
And a crowd cheered. That's Mitt Romney's wife, Ann. She was one of the featured speakers on the first night of the Republican National Convention in Tampa last night. Romney officially clinched the GOP nomination. A delegation from New Jersey put Romney over the threshold to have enough delegates to be the official nominee. Gary Dietrich joins us from Citizen Voice again this morning. Hey, Gary.
Hey.
So we talked a lot the last hour about the convention. Real quickly, give the Republicans a letter grade for first night.
Well, it's hard to say that there was anything that really went wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and you always want a little room for improvement. As the teacher always says, let's give him an A-, all right? And, you know, the one thing visually I noticed last night, and I don't know if it was just because people had stayed away a little bit because of the hurricane, you have to make these halls look full. You know, you want to make sure that every seat, and people couldn't sit behind the stage, so just some of the camera angles and all that stuff, you know, some of the seats look a little empty. You always want a full stadium whenever you're going to the playoffs.
Look like a Kings game there for
No, come on now.
Okay, tonight, Paul Ryan, and for a lot of people that are not political, you know, watchers,
right,
they don't know much about him. It's a big night, isn't it?
Oh, it is. You know, I'd say half the country really have no opinion about Paul Ryan at all. And so it is a big night. Anytime you're doing your coming out speech, tonight for Ryan, tomorrow for Romney, because neither one have given one of these before, those are big nights. And people are looking for them to deliver. There's a lot of expectations for Ryan, too, as you and I have talked. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have set the bar pretty high for this guy, so it's important to do well.
Okay. Let's talk broadly about conventions. In fact, we threw a question on our Facebook page that said, are these things a waste of time? Is this just an anachronism of an era? You know, in fact, Joe, the first responder, said yes, along with the Electoral College, it should be abolished. Gary, in our lifetime, these conventions mattered. In our lifetime, they were exciting because you didn't know who was going to come out. Often, the nominee, it's a pageant now, right?
Sometimes that's the case, but I'll tell you what, I was talking with somebody on the air last night, and this is really important. He was a guy in the Republican Party who wasn't yet fired up, wasn't ready to go out and knock on doors and do all that. He said after last night he is. Now, I think that's very important because, you know, for many people, the 45 seconds they get from a candidate on the evening news are not enough. When you have these long speeches and people and the party's kind of laying out its whole ethos, I think that's very important, especially for their own base. So they come away, the troops are motivated, they're ready, and they got a 10-week slugfest from now till November.
Yeah, you know, I have to say, I know it's your life. I can't wait till it's over. I really can't.
But remember, for most people, and this is the odd thing, guys like you and I have been watching this thing for years. Yeah. For many people, last night was the start for this thing. Yeah. This is when they're really tuning in. This next 70 days, 69 days, are critically important.
Well, and the question of this election is, for a lot of people, the last election was the first one they really got fired up. And is the Obama base still going to be there as it was before? Their convention is next week, and we'll be talking to you again, Gary Dietrich. We always appreciate your down-the-middle look at politics. Nicely done.
Do our best, my friend.
And we always have Citizen Voice linked. We'll make sure it's freshly near the top of the go button. Great resource for all things political. It's 8:17. What are Michelle